Aita for refusing to take my girlfriend home from a party after she embarrassed herself? A coworker invited me to a housewarming party. He bought a really nice house with a large yard, a pool, and even a waterfall flowing into the pool. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily friends with him, but we're friendly and make small talk when we see each other. We don't really hang out by ourselves. He's a nice guy, but we don't have too many interests. He told me I can bring my girlfriend. At that party, I knew about 3 out of the 40 people there. At the party, my girlfriend began complaining to me about the food options, saying they don't follow her diet, she can't eat them, the host should have gotten better food, the paintings on the wall are tacky, his furniture sucks, that the music is pretty lame, and a bunch of other ridiculous complaints. We live in Sao Paulo at the moment, but we're from a region in southern Brazil where most people speak Hunsrück, which is a type of German, though it's a bit distinct from standard German. Someone from Germany wouldn't understand everything I say. She complained in Hunsrück, assuming that everyone at the party only knew Portuguese, but my coworker was near us and he said what I guess is standard German: "I'm sorry, we don't have any food that fits your dietary restrictions. If you are hungry, there is a store about 400 meters from here, it closes in an hour. I'm sorry you don't appreciate the music selection, would you like to play something?" My girlfriend looked shocked. Her jaw dropped and she just stuttered for a bit. A few people snicker in the back and another guy translates what happened, and she responded back in Portuguese, "How do you all know German?" I had no idea, and my coworker explains he and 3 other people in this party used to work in Germany and that's how they know each other. My girlfriend pulled me aside and said she's so embarrassed and wants to go home. I told her no, I'm having a good time here, and she's begging me to bring her back, saying she's so embarrassed and she can't handle this, and I told her she shouldn't talk shit about people and she's getting what she deserved. This broke out into a screaming match. She demanded I give her the car keys and I refused. We stayed at the party for another 2 to 3 hours. She talked to some other girls but was kind of quiet. On the ride home we got into another argument where she says I should have taken her side, and I unleashed a lot of my frustration onto her, saying she is actually the one causing embarrassment by insulting my coworker. She blamed me for not telling her he speaks German. I told her that wasn't relevant and I never thought to bring it up. I honestly didn't know he spoke it that well, he just briefly mentioned living in Germany once at a meeting. So yeah, was I in the wrong here? Do you think he's the a-hole? Leave your comments down below. Aita for not easily forgiving my husband. I, 23F, just found out my husband's OnlyFans subscription, 23M, I don't know how to feel about it. I am mostly feeling betrayed, disgusted and angry. I contemplated not confronting him at first, but I just couldn't contain myself. His last one-on-one messages, live or whatever, happened 5 days ago. Old convos with multiple girls go back as far as 2 years. One specific convo happened one day before we got married. Here I am watching to the penny the amount of money we spend, and he's out here giving tips and subscribing. Not to mention he literally calls them beautiful and perfect. I feel gross and I don't think I will be able to overcome this. I feel like my self-esteem and our marriage is shot. My birthday is tomorrow and I have to put on a brave face for the rest of my family, but I don't know what to do in regards to our relationship, as I know I'm not thinking clearly. He says it won't happen again and that it was a mistake, but I think he is only sorry he got caught. When confronted, he made me feel like I was the one overreacting and was trying to downplay the situation. Why does this feel like I got emotionally cheated, or am I exaggerating the situation? Aita? Edit, had I found a subscription to a porn website, I would have definitely just felt weird funny even about it, not betrayed. It's definitely the one-on-one interactions as well as the money situation that has me gutted. $10, $15, $20, $50, and even one $90 tips, not to mention the subscription I found ranged from $20 to $30. It's one thing to watch porn and then another to basically choose a girl and send money to and talk to them in a way that he would to me. Like I mentioned earlier, my self-esteem is completely shot, and I don't think I can ever be physical with him again without thinking of the messages between them. I am just glad that my feelings have been somewhat validated. He's told me he has deleted everything and that it wouldn't happen again. He is out of town, so we haven't spoken in person yet and won't be back until the day of my birthday party. I am currently staying with my best friend, but I feel like a big idiot if I tell her or anyone I know about this situation. I have to put on a brave face, but all I want to do is cry myself to sleep. Is she the a-hole? Or is she right? Leave a comment. Aita for telling my wife to drop an issue that our daughter is having at school. My wife, 36F, and I, 35M, have two kids, 10F and 8M. We live in a school district that has already started school and our kids have been in classes for about 2 to 3 weeks now. Our daughter has been having an issue with her lunch being stolen a few times a week. The school offers breakfast and lunch, but it isn't free. We always put money in accounts for the kids in case they want to eat school lunch instead of what we pack for them, so our daughter doesn't go hungry even if her lunch is taken. She also doesn't have any dietary restrictions. My wife works night shift as a nurse, so I am the one getting the kids up and ready for school in the morning, including packing lunches. And yes, I put their names on everything. My daughter has told me every time that her lunch was taken. The first few times I asked her to just eat school lunch, but she doesn't always like what they offer. So, I started making 2 lunches for her and told her to hide one in her backpack instead of bringing it into the classroom where the other lunches are. I've also talked with her teacher about it and she said she would be more vigilant about the lunches. But that hasn't stopped them from being stolen. My daughter is not the only one having this issue. My wife is up in arms about it and wants to bring it up to the principal, superintendent, school board, etc. She thinks that whoever is stealing from our daughter is a thief and has some kind of grudge against our daughter. I, however, have a different view on it. The way I see it, whoever is taking lunches probably needs that food more than my daughter does. If their family had means of providing packed lunches, I would assume they would do so. Same goes for putting money in an account for school lunch. My feeling is that whichever kid is stealing lunches is hungry and I don't want to compound that by making this a bigger issue. The teacher is already aware and I don't feel we need to elevate this beyond that. Our family is not in dire straits financially. We do just fine. But I know that isn't the case for everyone. And if packing 2 lunches for my daughter means that a hungry kid gets a solid meal, I'm okay with it coming out of our pockets. My wife and I got into an argument about this because she wants to send an email to anyone and everyone at the school district that she feels needs to know about this. I told her that we should wait and see if the teacher can figure out who the kid is and we can handle this without bringing the whole school district down on this kid and their family. My wife wants to set up meetings with the teacher and principal, but I told her she would need to be the one attending them, because I won't. And since she usually sleeps during the day when the kids are in school, she didn't like that. She thinks I am being an by not protecting our daughter. But our daughter is not going hungry and whoever is taking her lunches isn't either, which I'm okay with. Is the father in the right or is he the a-hole? Let us know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe for more Reddit stories.